But Chris Kobach, for one, is not willing to take the immigration issue off the table.
Law enforcement.
You've got to have, again, all levels of government working together if there really is a desire to have the rule of law in our immigration area.
All right, take care. Thank you.
It's problematic whenever a local law enforcement entity says, we're just going to look the other way.
The rational option is that you ratchet up enforcement so people self-deport.
And this is the Chris Kobach Show.
Yeah, you wonder if the law is driving this or politics are driving this. And
The author of Arizona's controversial immigration law once worked for Attorney General John Ashcroft and handled immigration and visa issues after the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
We'll be back in a few minutes. You are listening to the Chris Kobach Show on KCMO Talk Radio 710.
Ever since, he's taken his crusade for stricter controls and tougher enforcement to the airwaves, the courts, the voters, and to presidential candidate Mitt Romney.
I'd like to see a president who recognizes that if you have 10% unemployment, the way to create a job for an American tomorrow is to deport an illegal alien today. In short, I'd like to see an America that looks a lot more like the state of Arizona. I'd like to see a president who recognizes that one of the things that draws people to America from all over the world is the rule of law. I'd like to see a president who recognizes that that's what we have to preserve, the rule of law and the rule of the United States Constitution, because if we lose that, then we lose what makes America such an attractive place in the first place.
I mean, look, we are the most generous country in the world when it comes to giving benefits and giving visas and giving green cards. There is no other country on the planet that is as generous as the United States in receiving refugees, in giving a pass to come into this country legally.
I'd like to see an America where U.S. taxpayer dollars aren't given to reward people for breaking the law.
We are a generous country. We should remain a generous country. But let's at least have some laws so that we can control who gets the benefit.